exchanger. So what do you mean by heat exchanger and what is the purpose of heat exchanger? First we need to know that thing. What is heat exchanger? What is the purpose of this? Then we will see what analysis of that. Generally what we are doing, we are going for finding the heat transfer, how much heat transfer will happen, that rate. Actually we are finding here what is the rate of heat transfer, and why. First question is what is heat exchanger and what is the purpose of heat exchanger. That both are same thing, I think. What and purpose both are same thing. So what is the purpose of heat exchanger? To transfer the heat from one medium to other medium. Why we are using? From name it is clear, heat exchanger. Exchanger means what? Exchanging the heat. From where? What you are exchanging? Exchanging of heat. From where to where? From one medium to other medium. From one medium to other medium. That is nothing but known as heat exchanger. But if you see from the thermodynamics point of view, if you see from the thermodynamics point of view, what we can say this heat exchanger. So if I am taking the small example of heat exchanger, take this is one pipe, this is one pipe, this is other pipe. This is one pipe, this is other pipe. So what is happening? Heat is, one liquid is moving from here. Some liquid is moving or one fluid is moving from here. Take this is hot fluid. I pass from hot fluid. One cell is there, one pipe is there, from hot fluid is passing. And after in that fluid, it is in middle, and from there this is one internal one, and above that I will show the physical things. Above that one more fluid is passing. That is, take this is what our cold fluid or hot fluid, whatever you can take, this one cold and this one, no problem. So what is actually arrangement in this? From this, if take this is our pipe, from there one fluid is passing, this is nothing but take hot fluid. Surrounded by one other fluid is passing, this is nothing but cold fluid. So what will happen? Due to interaction between this one, it's not direct interaction, it can be direct interaction also, it can be direct interaction also. But what is happening? This heat, this hot fluid will lose the heat, and who will gain? This cold fluid will gain. So that is happening only. That is the what? Heat exchanger equipment we are using for that thing only. Why? To exchanging the heat from one place to other place or one medium to other medium by this device. That device is known as heat exchanger device. So if you see from the thermodynamic nature point of view, so what is this? Which type? If I am taking this is our system, if I am taking this is our system, so what is this? What is happening? This is our system. So what is happening? Heat transfer is happening from here to there, here to there, here to there. Okay, heat transfer is happening from here to there. So whatever it is happening within the system. If heat transfer is within the system, which type of system we can say? First, polytropic. B, isothermal. C, constant, adiabatic. Just reply. Which type of process is happening here? Within this system, this blue boundary is our system. Which type of process is happening here? Which type of process is happening here? Nobody. Are you getting my question? I am again asking. Hot fluid is passing from here, cold fluid is passing from here, heat is transferring from here to there, and this is whole is our system. This whatever is happening, this is our system. I consider as a system. So which type of process is happening within this system? Is it polytropic? It is isothermal? It is adiabatic? Can anyone reply? I am not getting any answer. Or if you are not able to reply, just please tell no, I cannot give N. So answer of this one is C. Adiabatic, it's a very simple question. What is adiabatic process? Who has given answer A and B? Just think. What is polytropic process? There heat transfer is also happening, work transfer is also happening. Both are not equal to 0. What is isothermal? Temperature is constant. What is adiabatic? Heat transfer is 0. What is the heat transfer is here? This is our system. This blue one means, now I am taking this one. This is our system, sir. This is our system. Whatever heat transfer is happening, but it is transferring happening from here to there. It's not happening outside system to surrounding. It's happening one place to other place, but both is our system. So whatever is happening, it is happening within the system. There is no heat transfer after the system. Heat transfer beyond the system, and it is not interacting with the atmosphere with the respect of heat transfer. It is what? It is what? It is interacting in the help of what? Mass transfer. This is what? These are the mass transfer. So if the mass transfer is happening means what? Open system. And there is no heat transfer. This is which type of system? Adiabatic system. So heat exchanger is a open system, open and adiabatic system. Heat transfer is a open system in which adiabatic process is happening, which whatever heat is happening, heat transfer is happening, it is happening between each other, mutual, but it is not going to interact with the surrounding. Are you getting clear? Like husband wife is interacting, what they are quarreling, all those things they will do. After some time they will become one. Same thing is here. They are not going to interact with the atmosphere. Or if quarrel will happen, husband and wife is saying, oh, sir, today I have done fight with my husband. Is it happening? Very rare case. Are you getting now? Just you can relate like that. So what is this system? This system is adiabatic and open system. So write little bit. Are you getting? This question I should not ask actually. No use. Heat exchanger is a device. Heat exchanger is a device which is used for transferring or exchanging heat from one fluid to other fluid. Thermodynamically, next point. Thermodynamically, we can say heat exchanger is an open system. Heat exchanger is an open system in which undergoing adiabatic process. Okay, I think clear. See, that much is not important classification and all, but okay, for basic only I am giving little bit. That is important in the semester examination. You have to mug up the diagram. You have to make diagram for that. So you can write heat exchanger is first based on, right, classification of heat exchanger. First, type 1 based on contact. So you can write first A as a direct contact. Second one you can write indirect contact type. First one is a direct type heat exchanger, direct contact, and second one is indirect. So whatever just now I told, this is what type of heat exchanger? It's a indirect, means it's contacting, it's making the contact in the form of heat. Is not, both fluid is not going to make the contact directly. Somewhere directly is also happening. Okay, but generally indirect will come. Next, based on direction of flow. That is very, very important, that we are going to study further also. Type 2, based on direction of flow. Based on direction of flow. First you write A. A is a parallel flow heat exchanger. Parallel flow heat exchanger. Parallel flow heat exchanger, or you can write co-current flow heat exchanger. Co-current flow heat exchanger. B, counter flow heat exchanger. Counter flow heat exchanger. C, cross flow heat exchanger. Cross flow heat exchanger. Where we are using cross flow heat exchanger? Everybody, as I might have seen, when the engine was not turbo engine, that time we were using what? Radiator. We were using radiator. Now we were not using radiator in that one, I think. So radiator when we were using, so radiator is what? Radiator is a heat exchanger. And generally you have seen in the old age, means in childhood you might have seen some automobile, some vehicle is like that. So you have to, generally people are pouring water inside that. That is nothing but radiator. Why they are pouring water? Because whatever heat is generating, it should dissipate through the water. So that's why they are pouring. So that is nothing but radiator. Radiator is a type of cross flow heat exchanger. Radiator. Next you write. Next, based on next, based on constructional detail. Based on constructional detail. Based on constructional detailed. So here is two type. This is also two type. One is compact, right? A compact, B bulky. A is compact, B is bulky. A is compact, B is bulky. Actually, see how they are defining compact and bulky. I will tell little. One ratio they are finding, that they are saying beta is a ratio, this ratio, and this value is nothing but surface area by volume. They are finding, people are finding the surface area and volume ratio. If this ratio is greater than 700, greater than equal to 700 meter square per meter cube, that is known as compact heat exchanger. If this ratio is less than that heat exchanger is known as bulky heat exchanger. Now I will ask, it's a very, very good example. We have also one heat exchanger. We have in our human body, we have one heat exchanger. Can anyone tell with this heat exchanger name? Can anyone tell this heat exchanger name? We have one heat exchanger in our body. Very, very good. Lung. See, lungs in our body is working like a heat exchanger only. Okay, lungs in our body is working like a heat exchanger. This is function of lungs is to exchange the heat, to transfer the heat. Okay, so you know what is the ratio of this one? What is this value for this one? 20,000. 20,000 meter square per meter cube. This value, volume by surface area by volume, means you know, you can understand in 1 meter cube of volume, 20,000 meter square surface area is there. And from where heat transfer will happen? That is, this surface area means what? Surface area means from where? If I am saying, if this is the heat exchanger, heat is passing what? Fluid is passing from here. So from where heat transfer will happen? From the surface area only, na? So most important thing for heat transfer is what? Surface area. If the surface area is very high in the given volume, this heat exchanger is what? Very good for us. And in our body, what? Lungs is that much only. The size of lungs is very, very less. Volume is what? Very, very less. But in comparison of volume, the surface area is very, very high. Getting or not? See, you can see 20 for 1 meter square, 20,000. 1 meter cube volume, 1 unit volume, 20,000 meter square surface area is available. See how much big, how much good, how much compact heat exchanger we have. God has given everything very good to human, but we are not utilizing. This is our problem. In theory of machine, I will teach one concept, golden concept, nothing but what in 4-hour linkage I will teach golden concept, golden shell, and that everybody has. You can see, you will see that is the best position, that is the best link you have available, but you are not able to use. This is your problem. Means God has given everything, all good you cannot make from yourself, but we are not utilizing. If I'll ask question, people will do like that. In class also like that, in that online also nobody will reply. Teacher is shouting, let him shout. Teacher is also human. He will get the what? Lose the interest. If you are not replying, if you are not asking question, I will lose the interest. Getting or not? This is not a physical classroom. In physical classroom also I am shouting, I am working, I am asking question, nobody will reply. Here also, when you will change? I have taught it out for 4-5 subjects. After that you have not changed also. Interaction is most important for learning. If interaction will not happen, then what is the use of faculty? Then you have book also, you have video also. NPTEL, I cannot teach more than good in NPTEL video. NPTEL video available in the site free of cost. And that I am giving guarantee, very few faculty in this field, GATE field, they can teach more than that good. Very few means say 1 or 2 can teach, they can make the interesting class, but they cannot give that concept. But if you are asking that only, then why you are not going for this? Why you are coming here? There is no use. If you are not interacting, if you are not asking question, if you are not working accordingly, then you can go through this whenever you want to see. If you want to see, if you want to, don't give. Nobody will say anything. Yeah, on this site you will get very good video. Very good means what? If you understood, if you have studied this, any one subject at least, if you have studied properly from this part, that subject will become very strong. Nobody can teach like that. Those are means whatever people is teaching here, those are what doctorate means what? Those are masters of really, they are researcher of that field. That's why they are there. That concept I cannot also give, because I have also studied from lot of things from there also. Okay. So we have seen the types. Now we will go to overall heat transfer coefficient of heat exchanger. Overall heat transfer coefficient. Overall heat transfer coefficient. So now I am going to derive overall heat transfer coefficient. So I am taking, generally heat exchanger shape will be circular. This is our shape of heat exchanger pipe or cell or tube, you can say tube. So this is what this part is, thickness part is what? There is a material. There is a material. Inside that fluid will flow. Inside that fluid will flow. These are fluids. These are fluids. Okay. I am taking a radius of this. This is the center. So radius, this one is R1. This is R2. This is R2. I am taking, this is the heat transfer coefficient. This is the heat transfer coefficient of inside. This is the heat transfer coefficient of outside. Now try to understand. If this is our heat exchanger, means this is heat exchanger means what? One tube. Actually tube is nothing but tube is the heat exchanger. If you make one more tube here and you are passing both two fluid, one fluid from here, other fluid from here, that is nothing but it will be have like a what? A heat exchanger. Heat transfer should happen. That's all. So if I have made what? Same thing I have made here. Front view of this. So what is happening inside that liquid is there? It is flowing from there. Take this is the hot fluid or liquid or cold fluid. So what will happen? If it is surrounded by this, so it will interact with the surrounding. Actually not surrounding, other fluid will be there. Or you are taking surrounding, here you are taking as a surrounding, you just take as a surrounding. So what will happen? It will interact with the surrounding. So heat transfer will happen. In the which form heat transfer will happen? From here to here, conduction, then convection. From here to there, convection, then conduction, then convection. It will happen. Okay. Now, if you understood this, I need to find overall heat transfer coefficient. Overall heat transfer coefficient. First, I can write Q equal to del T by R. Then I can write del T into Q into R. Okay, we'll see what I am going to do. Just take. So can I find resistance due to this one? Can I make the circuit? So this is what? This is 1 by HI. This is what? R2 minus R1. Length, thickness of that one is nothing. Sorry. What is this? This is what cylinder na? So what will come? Ln R2 by R1 2 pi K L. L is the length of the pipe. Now next is 1 by HO into AO. Okay. Now, so this is the resistance of the this heat exchanger. This is the overall resistance, effective resistance we can say. So what is the resistance value total? I can write resistance equal to 1 by HO into HI plus ln R2 by R1 2 pi KL plus 1 by HO AO. Okay. Now, if R1, I am assuming this thickness will be how much, sir? The thickness of the pipe will be very, very small. So if we are assuming, if let you can say what, let R1 is approximately equal to R2, what will happen? This term will be gone. This term will be gone. So this will be how much? R equal to 1 by HI, AI equal to how much? What we can write? 2 pi Ri, 2 pi Ri means here what? R1 into L plus 1 by HO 2 pi R2 into L. Okay. This is the value we got. Now, I want to find overall heat transfer coefficient, and I have already derived the formula for overall heat transfer coefficient. Overall heat transfer coefficient R equal to what? Otherwise you can see one more time. Q equal to UA del T, and Q equal to how much you got? Q equal to how much? Q equal to del T by R. So del T gone. So UA or R equal to how much? 1 by UA. Can we say R equal to how much? 1 by UA. So R equal to I am writing 1 by UA, and that is equal to how much? That is equal to 1 by, and see if I have taken, see now I have made mistake one. R1 and R2 we have taken same, so I can take what? This one R1 and equal to R2 I can write. So R1. So what will this value? HI plus 2 pi R1L plus 1 by HO 2 pi R2L. Okay. So this one R1, this one. Area will be same there because everywhere same. So what we can write? 1 by U equal to 1 by HI plus 1 by HO. 1 by HO. So this is the overall heat transfer coefficient we can find for heat exchanger. Now what is important here that we need to understand? What is important here that we need to understand? Now how they can ask the question? How they can ask the question? They will ask, they will give the value. This value is 50, this value is 5. They will tell find the overall heat transfer coefficient. They will tell find the overall heat transfer coefficient, and they will ask if HI value is very greater than HO value, heat transfer coefficient of the internal fluid is very greater than heat transfer coefficient of the outer fluid, then what is the overall heat transfer coefficient? So see, if this value I need to find, so what will happen? If this value is more, so something by more is less, something by more is less, something by less is more. So which value will be significant? Which value will be significant? Can anyone tell which value will be significant? So definitely this value will be significant. So if from here, if this, if, is it visible, na? Hey, is it visible, man? What you are saying not visible? That part is visible, na? So if HI is greater than that much, so what will happen? U equal to HO. If HO is very greater than HI, then which value? U or heat transfer coefficient is decided by. Now again, if internal heat transfer coefficient of the fluid is very high as compared to heat transfer coefficient of the outer fluid, then who will decide overall heat transfer coefficient? So outer, who is less, that will decide overall heat transfer coefficient. From that you can see, if outer will be more and inner will be less, who will decide? Less one. So you can say from here, you will write after that, I will give sentence, just up to that you finish, after that I will give sentence. You finish up to that. So shall I do na? Shall I dictate? Right. If, or otherwise, write note point. Heat transfer will be decided by, overall heat transfer will be decided by, overall heat transfer coefficient will be decided by a smaller heat transfer coefficient. Overall heat transfer coefficient will be decided by a smaller heat transfer coefficient. That's all. That you need to you understood, I think. If you are getting problem, just please tell me, yes sir, I am getting problem, so again I will repeat. If you are not replying, means I will understood, yes, you got. Okay, so now next topic you write fouling factor. Next topic you write fouling factor. Very important, fouling factor. F-O-U-L-I-N-G, fouling, F-O-U-L-I-N-G, fouling factor, fouling factor. So now, first you need to understand what is fouling factor. What is fouling factor? So why it is coming? See, if you are using heat exchanger, first you are about new. So that time there is no dirt, there is no any layer came by the dirty fluid, means if water is flowing, so some dirt part will be there, some dusty part will be there. After some time, what you are finding? One layer is formed by that dirty part on the heat exchanger, like that. You are using any utensils for making the food and all. When you are buying new, you are finding what? Surface is very light, bright, very bright. But after some time, you are finding in the internal surface also, outer surface also, one layer is going to form. From where that layer came? From where that layer came? That came by the contamination, that came by the what? Food contamination, water contamination, all those things, one layer formed. So due to that layer, one additional, what will happen? One additional resistance is going to offered by this. One additional resistance is going to offered by this. In the utensils also, what is happening in the utensils? You are trying to transfer the heat only, na? Because how your food is going to cooked? Due to transfer of heat. So if the transfer of heat is happening, if there is no contamination layer, so heat transfer will be more. There is less resistance. So due to that resistance, what is happening? That due to that resistance, whatever one factor is going to be, we are going to take care of that. When the old heat exchanger will happen, we will consider one factor. That factor is nothing but known as fouling factor. Why it is coming? Due to what? forming one layer due to contamination or due to dirty particles of the what flowing fluid and something or environmental problem. Okay, so that we are going to see, because our purpose to transfer the heat, exchange the heat. So for exchanging the heat, resistance is going to play the role. Definitely there is some resistance. I have neglected one resistance already. When we have neglected one resistance, then we have got one equation, 1 by U equal to 1 by HI plus 1 by HO. But we have neglected one resistance is what? Conduction resistance. We have assumed the thickness is what? 0 actually. R1 is equal to R2 means what? Thickness is 0. But actually it is not like that. If you go for the heat exchanger design, there we are considering that. There we are considering that when you will study that one book is one subject is there, heat exchanger design in the what masters, or if you will go for honors course. If in BTech also will go for honors course, you can take as a what, heat exchanger design is a one subject. So there we are studying those things, but here not required. Whatever required for our purpose, that much we are doing, that we have neglected there. So now fouling factor, what we can say, so this is our heat exchanger. And this I am taking as a new. This I am taking as a new. New means what? There is no contamination layer inside the surface or outside the surface. This is new heat exchanger. Now, if I have taken one other heat exchanger who is not new, that is after some time, after using 1 month, 2 months or 10 days, 5 days, means it's a old. So what is happening in this one? There is one layer is going to form on the inside. One layer is going to form on the inside surface, and one layer is going to form on the outside surface. One layer is going to form on the outside surface. This is what? This is layer. One layer is formed by what? By the dirty particles of the flowing medium or by the contamination of that one. Okay, so these are what? These are layer. Why? Which layer? Dirty layer. Dirty layer you can say. And this is what? Old or dirty heat exchanger. Old or dirty heat exchanger. Are you getting? Are you getting na? That much. So just now we found, when we have neglected the conduction thermal resistance or we have neglected the thickness, so I have found 1 by U equal to 1 by Hi plus 1 by Ho. Just now I found. That's why actually I did that derivation also. Otherwise there is no use. If I would have told like that only, you would have not understood. So that's why, because fouling factor, you will not understand after that if I'll tell like that. Okay. So what is U dirty? 1 by U dirty. So this will become, why? Because inside fluid will flow, outside will be there. So 1 by Hi plus 1 by Ho. But after that, this resistance is going to form resist by this one, offered by this one and this one. So can I say this is RFI, and due to this one is what? RFO. Means resistance is offered by this layer. This inside dirty layer is RFI. Resistance is offered by the outside. This is RFO. So total will be how much? This will be the value. Now, so what is this factor? This one is known as fouling factor. This is known as fouling factor. This is known as fouling factor. So I can say this term is a fouling factor. So what we can write? We can write fouling factor equal to that much minus that much. So that much equal to how much? 1 by this is what? U clean. So I can write 1 by U dirty minus 1 by U clean equal to fouling factor. So they can ask question, what is fouling factor? So one physical thing I have told, and mathematical you can find like that. Getting any problem? Any problem? So initially you will find, due to those things, without taking care of the contamination layer. After taking care of the contamination, whatever is coming, 1 by U clean, 1 by U dirty, that will be what? That will be our fouling factor. So I think it's clear. Okay, so any problem? Okay, now we'll go to next topic. Now write, I think you write first. I'll give some time to write. Just write first. Next write analysis of heat exchanger. Next write next heading analysis of heat exchanger. Analysis of heat exchanger. I will give what I will here. What I will do here, I will give assumptions. I will explain all those things. After that, I will give direct formula. I am not going to derive the equation. That is not much important derivation here. If you are going for engineering services, then it is important. Otherwise, it is not important. You are able to solve all questions without derivation also. So they will not ask the question like that. So a derivation is required. But where is required, that I will give. So right, analysis of heat exchanger, assumptions. First, study flow heat transfer. Study flow heat transfer. Study flow heat transfer. Second, kinetic energy and potential energy changes are neglected. Kinetic energy and potential energy changes are neglected. Next, a specific heat of hotter fluid and colder fluid okay, one question is there. One overall heat transfer is high for clean or dirty. So you tell me, Suresh, sorry, Somesh, which can be high, this one or this one? Definitely overall heat transfer coefficient for this value will be what? Less. This value will be less, this value will be more. 1 by more means what? 1 by, actually this is the resistance. This is the resistance. Actually, okay. This value will be what? If 1 by U dirty, 1 by U dirty, see this total value will be more. This total value will be more means what? 1 by this by this. See, try to understand this thing. Take it, this value came 10. This value came, definitely it will be positive. So this value will come 11. Okay. Now tell me, U clean is more or U dirty is more? Just tell me. U clean is more or U dirty is more? You will tell only, you will get the answer. Somesh, just reply, tell me. U clean is more or U dirty is more? Clean, you understood, I think. There is no problem. Or otherwise, if you have not understood, just see. This value, U clean value will be how much? This is the mathematical problem only. 1 by 10. U dirty will be how much? 1 by 11. Overall heat transfer coefficient means what, sir? If heat transfer coefficient value is more, heat transfer will be more. If dirty happen means what? Heat transfer value will decrease. Means resistance added, na? Resistance added means what? Heat transfer will be less. If you want to do that much, you have to apply more temperature difference. Getting or not? Because for this, heat transfer value is depends on what? UA del T. Area is, surface area is fixed. We are not changing. If this value is what? In decreasing, and you want same heat transfer, what you have to do? You have to increase this value. That's all. What actually what will happen? Heat transfer will decrease. Okay, don't leave this one. Temperature difference is also same. So what will happen? Heat transfer will decrease actually. So why? Because one resistance came other. But why you got confused? Because 1 by U and 1 by U. So that's why you confused. This value 1 by U value is going to increase. But exactly actual value U value is what? Is going to decrease. Okay, now. So next, what I told, kinetic energy and potential energy changes are neglected. Kinetic energy and potential energy changes are neglected. Next, a specific heats of hotter and colder fluid. Specific heats of hotter and colder fluid. Hotter and colder fluid does not change with respect to time. Does not change with respect to time. does not change with respect to time. Heat transfer coefficient heat transfer coefficient is assumed to be constant. Heat transfer coefficient assumed to be constant. Next, the heat exchanger is or the system is completely the heat exchanger is or the system is completely insulated from the surrounding. What this, okay, I'll explain one by one again. The heat exchanger is or the system is completely insulated from the surrounding. Okay, so see, first assumptions I have given a steady flow heat transfer. I think there is no problem in this one because everywhere we have taken that only. Okay, you know all those things. Kinetic energy and potential energy changes are neglected, we have taken, because what is happening here? In heat exchanger, fluid is going to flow, mass transfer is also going to happen. If mass transfer will happen, kinetic energy will also come. Mass transfer means what? Velocity. Velocity is going to be what? Water is going to move. Any other fluid is what? Moving in motion. So kinetic energy is there. If kinetic energy is there, maybe changes in the kinetic energy is possible. Maybe inlet some less velocity, outlet will some more velocity, something, some changes is possible. But we are neglecting this value. Changes we are neglecting. We are not neglecting kinetic energy. We are neglecting change in kinetic energy and potential. Maybe what will happen? If this will be little bit tilt, it is possible. So there is a difference in the potential energy also. So that we are going to changes, we are going to neglect. That we are not going to consider for our analysis, but it is possible, it can be happen. We can put the what? We can put it's happened na. The heat exchanger can be like that also. Water is coming from here, it's moving down. So what will happen? Their potential energy more, their potential energy less. So changes is there that we are going to neglect, but in our analysis we are going to neglect. Next is a specific heat of hotter and colder fluid. See what will happen? Hotter fluid is coming from one side, colder fluid is coming from one side, or from same side they are going both. So what will happen? Hotter fluid temperature will decrease or colder fluid temperature will increase. Due to increase and decrease in temperature, specific heat also is going to defect. But we are considering our analysis, for our purpose, for simplifying the analysis, it should be constant. It is not change with respect to temperature. Next point is what? Very important point. Heat transfer coefficient is, that is also right. What is heat transfer coefficient in convection? I will tell. Heat transfer coefficient is also depends on temperature also, surface area also. Lot of things, there are a lot of properties. Heat transfer is not a property. Heat transfer is not a property of the system. It's not a property of the what? Fluid. It depends on many things. Okay. Next, heat exchanger is or system is completely insulated. That also already I have explained. Completely insulated means what? Whatever heat transfer is happening, it is happening between hot fluid to cold fluid. Means husband to wife. Whatever quarrel will happen, it will happen in one room. After that, it will finish. It will not go out. That is nothing but insulation. That is known as what? Insulation here. Means heat transfer is happening actually. Quarrel is happening, but people don't know. Getting or not? Fight is happening, but people don't know. It is happening from one fluid to other fluid. But surrounding don't know anything. Insulated. So, but what we will see, when you are seeing from outside, then you will say, yeah, both are right. Both are very good. But fight happen already. But from our side, for us, this is what? Insulated. Getting insulated means what? Whatever heat lost by the hot fluid, it is gained by the cold fluid. That is the meaning from here. Because actually it is not happening. Actually we cannot make what? System fully insulated also. Some heat is going to lose by in the surrounding. But we are for our analysis, we will consider whatever from last point you can write. That is what? Heat gain by cold fluid is equal to heat lost by hot fluid. That concept is very important. Everywhere we will use. Just write this one also after this point. So I think no problem now. Now actually for doing analysis of this, we have two methods. We have two methods. For doing analysis of this heat exchanger, we have two methods. First we are going to study that is known as LMTD method. LMTD method. What is known as LMTD? Logarithmic mean temperature difference. Logarithmic mean temperature difference method. One other method is effectiveness NTU method. NTU means number of transfer unit. Number of transfer unit. I will tell all those things. What is this? So first we are going to study LMTD method. Okay, logarithmic mean temperature difference method. I will tell two method I am going to teach first. After that I will tell where, and from that equation only, from analysis only you will understand where you are going to apply LMTD method and in which problem you will apply effectiveness NTU method. From the given data you can understand. Okay, now so what is happening, just try to understand. I am taking parallel flow heat exchanger. Parallel flow means what? Both liquid will flow in same direction. Both fluid will flow in same direction. Co-current flow. Co-current means what? Co means what? Same. Co means same direction. Counter means what? One hot is coming from this side and cold is coming from this side. This is counter. Cross means what? Both are countering each other, but both are going same way. This is parallel flow heat exchanger. So I am taking example of parallel flow heat exchanger. Try to understand. This is the length variation, or X means length in the length variation. This is the temperature diagram. This is the temperature axis. Temperature or length axis. So I am taking hot fluid inlet temperature. So this is our hot fluid inlet temperature, THI. THI means what? Temperature of hot fluid at the inlet point. So and I am taking the temperature of cold fluid at the inlet. Okay, this is the temperature at the cold fluid at the inlet. Definitely temperature of hot will be more and temperature of cold will be less. Definitely. So what will happen? This is going to flow inside that, and both are, see, from, or I have shown na that diagram. This is one, this is other, this is surrounded by this one. So from here cold fluid, hot fluid is going, or from here cold fluid is going, like that. So if this is what? THI. This point is what? TCI. So when both are moving in the one direction, what will happen? This temperature, hot fluid temperature, is going to decrease. Why? Because heat will transfer from hot to cold. So if heat is transferring from here to there, so cold fluid temperature will increase and hot fluid temperature is going to decrease. So I can show like that. And this is the exit temperature. This is the exit point. This is the total length. This is the exit point. So this I am saying temperature at the exit point. THO. O means what? Temperature at the hot fluid temperature at the outlet. Now what will happen to cold fluid? Cold fluid temperature will increase. Cold fluid temperature will increase and it will go like that. You can show. Okay, so this is TCO. Okay, now. So now what is happening? What is the heat transfer? Heat transfer equal to UA del T. UA del T. I know, sir, we know surface area also. We know surface area, we know overall heat transfer, we know also. Both things we know. But will you able to find how much the heat transfer happen? Will you able to find whatever they have given, that this temperature, that temperature? Will you able to find? No. Why? Because temperature, this is what? Temperature difference. Because this temperature, from where to where it's happening? From here to there. So this temperature minus this temperature, again at this point, it's going to do what? It's varying in this direction. What is happening? In this direction, if you see, the temperature difference is what? This is the temperature difference value. This is the temperature difference value. Initially that much, then this one, then this one, then this one, this much, this much. What is happening? In this direction, it's decreasing. But you need to find one value now. Then how will you find? You will not find heat transfer happen that point, this location that much, at this location that much, at this location, at every location you will not find now. You have applied UA del T, but del T should be what? It should be constant. It should be what? Constant. You are finding what? What? Initial and final temperature you know already, then you have applied the equation and got the answer. But here what is happening? The temperature difference is varying. So in the variation case, we will find one mean temperature. We will find, for finding this one constant temperature, that is nothing but mean. Mean of that is nothing but known as logarithmic mean temperature difference we will find. Temperature what? For which mean we will find? Logarithmic mean of temperature difference we will find from the analysis, from the derivation, and from that we will take some location and we will find why we are finding, because the temperature difference is varying in this direction of the direction of the flow. So the requirement is what? We need to find one temperature difference, and we are able to understand, we understood from the problem that we cannot find one temperature difference. Everywhere is varying. So we have to find what? One mean value, and that mean value is known as logarithmic mean value. From the derivation we can say this is logarithmic mean, in the term of logarithmic it's coming. So after derivation, so what is this value? This will be del Tm. This will be del Tm. So this del Tm value formula after derivation is coming, that I am going to give. Del T1 minus del T2 divided by ln del T1 divided by del T2. Okay. So what is del T1? What is del T2? That I will tell. So del T1, this is the formula, and everywhere you have to use this one. So for applying this method, you need to understand what is requirement. So del T1 equal to how much? Thi minus Tci. Means temperature difference at the, it's not always Tci. This is what? Otherwise you write temperature difference at inlet, and del T1 is what? Temperature difference at outlet. So what is the value in this case? What is the value? Thi minus Tci. In this case, Tho minus Tco. This is the value. So if now for finding this value del T1 and del T2, what you need to find? You need to know this value, this value, this value, this value. Means if you know all four temperature, then you can apply this method. But they will not give always all four temperature. They will give something other data also. You can find from that data that fourth temperature. But anyhow you need to know all four temperature. Then you can solve this problem from this method. Otherwise you have to apply effectiveness NTU method. Okay. So what is the another data they can give? They will give mass flow rate of the what? Cold fluid, heat capacity of the cold fluid, mass flow rate of the hot fluid, mass flow rate of specific heat of hot fluid. After that they will give some three temperature. You can find four temperature. How? I have already given formula is what? Heat lost by the hot fluid is equal to heat gained by the cold fluid. From that you will write. Like what you can write? Mass flow rate of hot fluid into heat capacity Thi minus Tho equal to mass flow rate of cold fluid into heat capacity of cold fluid Tco minus Tci. I have written, see, here I have written initial temperature minus final temperature. Actually it is what? Final temperature. Del T means what? Final temperature minus initial. But I have taken what? Because this is heat loss. Heat loss is what? Negative. So negative already I have taken here inside. And this is what? Heat gain. Final minus initial. So write this. Now I am taking one counter flow. This is for parallel flow. So you see, in parallel flow del T1 is not equal to del T2. You can see del T1 is not equal, and never it will be equal to del T1 is equal to del T2. Del T1 means what? This temperature difference. Del T2 means what? This temperature difference. It will be never equal to. Never. Del T1 is not equal to del T2 is valid always in the parallel flow heat exchanger. But in the counter flow heat exchanger, what will happen? And why it is what that much? Because in this direction temperature is decreasing. In this direction temperature difference is decreasing. I will take next counter flow heat exchanger. There you will understand. There you need to understand, and one special case I will tell. They have asked many times and in many examination direct question, nothing to do and nothing to take pen out also, just while reading the question you can mark the answer. Counter flow heat exchanger. So what will happen in the counter flow heat exchanger? Hot fluid I am taking from here, and this is inlet, this is outlet. Cold fluid will definitely, this is the direction of hot fluid, so cold fluid will be what? Opposite direction. So this will be the opposite, this will be opposite direction. This is cold fluid inlet, this is cold fluid outlet. Definitely temperature of this one will be less as compared to this one. Okay, this is temperature only, this is temperature axis. Now this you have got. So in this also will apply same formula. Del T1 equal to what? Del T1 equal to, here is what? THI minus TCO. Del T2 equal to how, what? THO minus TCI. So you will apply same thing. Del Tm equal to del T1 minus del T2 divided by ln del T1 divided by del T2. Now one more thing I am saying, if you are taking this one here, del T2 minus del T1, there is no problem, you take, but you just do reverse here also, del T2 by del T1, because here you will take negative, here you will take negative, both will cancel out, it will become del T2 minus del T1 equal to divided by ln del T2 by del T1. This is okay. Now this is right, you understood. Now the situation came if del T1 equal to del T2, it is possible in the parallel flow heat exchanger. First I am saying this temperature difference, is it possible in the heat exchanger, per counter flow heat exchanger. If this value is del T1 equal to del T2, what could be the value of del Tm? Can anyone tell? What could be the value of del Tm? Now I am giving value also. Take 100, this is 60, this is 30, this is 70. This is the value. Can you find del Tm? Find del Tm and tell me. Just apply some mind. After that I will tell. I need to find del Tm value, logarithmic temperature difference value. One answer I got 30. I don't know how you have given. I don't know. Is it right or correct or not? I don't know also. 0, very good. One answer I got 0. One answer I got 30. 0. 0, very, very good. So 4 people has replied as 0, 1 has 30. Remaining is sitting. Very good. So actually answer is 30. Answer is 30. Why? Some people has given answer as a 0. This value is 30. This value is also 30. This value is also 30. This value is also 30. So this value will become what? 0 by 0. This value will become 0 by 0 because this minus this is what? 0. This ln 1 equal to ln 1 value is what? 0 by 0. So how you are saying 0 by 0 equal to 0? 0 by 0 means what? 0. Can we say 0 by 0 is 0? Yes or no? Can we say 0 by 0 is 0? Yes or no? No, no. Okay, then why you have given answer as a 0? If you are saying you have calculated only from there only, like that only you have calculated, na? If you are saying 0 by 0 is not 0, then how you have given answer as a 0? Because on the basis of that you have given, I think. And if see, now also you understood. If del Tm value is 0, what is the heat transfer? UA del Tm. So if del Tm value is 0, heat transfer is what? 0. Definitely. Heat transfer is 0. And what is happening? Heat transfer is happening from here to there or not? You can see physically, you can analyze. Here the temperature is 100, here temperature is 30. Here what? 30, then 70. Means definitely some heat transfer happen, na? Some heat transfer is happen from here to there. Then it's what? This value is what? Some value. I am not saying what is the value. But there is a some heat transfer. If there is a some heat transfer, it should not be 0. If it is 0, it has to be 0. So how you people has given 0 by 0 as a 0? Because 0, see, 0 by 0 is undeterminate form. If you are getting 0 by 0, you cannot solve directly. What you have to do? You have to apply limit formula. And which limit method you have to apply? You have to apply L'Hospital rule. If the value is coming 0 by 0, you have to apply one method. That method is known as L'Hospital rule. After L'Hospital rule, what you have to do? You have to differentiate this part and this part separately. After that, you have to put value, whatever limit value. So what will come after applying the del T, after applying the L'Hospital rule, we will get the value if del T1 equal to del T2, this del Tm equal to del T1 equal to del T2 equal to del T whatever. So whatever the del T1, del T2, if same is coming, whatever the difference came here, 30, that will be the value. Understood? Right then. And on this topic, on this concept, many questions they have asked in the GATE also, civil engineering services also. Right, note point. In counter flow heat exchanger, del T1 can be equal to del T2. Del T1 can be equal to del T2. In that case, just you write this one. In that case, del Tm equal to del T1 equal to del T. That's all. Anybody have any problem? Now, see, I am going to compare parallel flow heat exchanger and counter flow heat exchanger. I am going to compare parallel flow heat exchanger and counter flow heat exchanger. Which one is best? We will see. Out of both, out of them, out of counter flow heat exchanger and parallel flow heat exchanger, which one is best? This is 100, same I am taking 60, this is 30 and this is 70. Now in that case you have found del Tm equal to how much? 30. Can we find in that case? Can we find? Just find how much value you are getting. Just tell me fast. This value is what? 70. So 70 minus this value is what? There is some difference. Okay, you take, actually it should come less than this value. Here also I have taken, but randomly I have taken, so you can correct also. We can correct also. we will take this value as a 50. So wait, we will take 30, this is 70, so this is 30, 40, so we will take 60. Okay, so here value is 40. Just last case, that for your understanding I have given, but actually definitely this temperature will be less than generally this one. This temperature will be less than this one also. So this is what, 60, so 40, 40. So 40 is there. Now this is 100, 60, 70, this is 30 and this is 60. Okay, now find this one. So what is this value? 70. This is what, 30 divided by ln 7 by 3. How much you are getting this value? 40 by ln 7 by 3. So can we say this delta of the parallel flow heat exchanger, and this is what, counter flow heat exchanger. So can we say counter flow delta of counter flow heat exchanger is greater than delta of parallel flow heat exchanger? Why? See, this is 40. This is 40 by positive value. This is 7 by 3 means what? Around 2. So ln 2 is what? Ln 2 is how much? Sorry, I made mistake. This is 70 minus, this is 10. And this is how much? 70 by 10. Now, this is what? 60 by ln 7. Find ln 7 value. Right. You people are right. Ln 7 is I think 2 point something. It's a 1.94 divided by 60 na. So this value is coming out to be 30 point something. This value is 30 point something, means 31. You take that as 31. So can we say this value is more as compared to this one, means counter flow logarithmic temperature difference of the counter flow is greater than parallel flow heat exchanger. Always. It will not, a single case you will find it will be less. What is the reason also I will tell. Now, can we write Q equal to UA del Tm. So what is the purpose of heat exchanger? The purpose of heat exchanger to exchange the heat, to transfer the heat from one fluid to other fluid, Now, I want to transfer same heat value, take 100 kilojoule or 100 watt from counter flow and or surface or parallel flow, both. This value is fixed. Now, this value will depend on this one, three things. I have taken overall heat transfer coefficient of both heat exchanger is same also. This value is same, this value is same. So can we say this value and this value will, heat transfer will depend on what? Area and this one. And who has more value? Counter flow has more value as compared to parallel flow. So where surface area is required more? In counter flow or parallel flow? Where surface area is required more? In counter flow or parallel flow? Tell me, A or B? In counter flow or parallel flow? Please reply. So answer is parallel flow. Very good. Answer is parallel flow. So surface area required is more for the same heat transfer for the given temperature. But if you are using counter flow, the surface area required is less. And if you are using parallel flow for the same case, surface area required is more. Which one is best? This one or this one? Which one is best? Counter flow or parallel flow? Tell me. Which one is best? Counter flow or parallel flow? Definitely counter flow. Why? Because if the surface area required is less, material we have to put less. We have to invest money less. our heat exchanger will become compact. Less small size heat exchanger is required. So counter flow heat exchanger is preferred to use, economical to use. Are you getting? For the same case, getting na? So generally actually we are using counter flow heat exchanger, not parallel flow heat exchanger. What is the reason? You understood. Now one more thing. See why the heat transfer coefficient, why the LMTD value is less? Because see here temperature difference everywhere is what? Decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. If the now why the heat more area is required for heat transfer? Heat transfer it depends on this del T and overall transfer and surface area. Okay. So if the heat transfer difference in temperature everywhere is same, so what will happen? Everywhere we will get the same heat transfer. But here is more, here is less. Means if the heat transfer temperature difference is decreasing, heat transfer will also decrease in this direction. Getting or not? If the heat transfer is decreasing, you have mixed what? 30-degree water with 30-degree water. What is the heat transfer? Zero, because there is no temperature difference. If there is you have mixed 40-degree water with 30-degree, definitely there is a heat transfer. Getting or not? Why? Because the temperature difference. You have mixed 500 degree centigrade water at 40 degree centigrade, 30 degree centigrade water. Huge heat transfer will happen. Because the temperature difference is more and temperature difference is more, heat transfer will happen. Where temperature difference in this direction decreasing, but here everywhere is approximately everywhere is same. So everywhere what? Heat transfer will be same. So for getting that much effect, you have to use more surface area. Because from where heat transfer is happening? From the surface. So which one is best? Counterflow. Just write note point. As the variation in temperature, is large, as the variation in temperature is large, for parallel flow heat exchanger, and the temperature difference between hot and cold fluid decreases, along the length of heat exchanger, therefore the heat transfer decreases. And hence for a given heat transfer, more area is required, more surface area is required for parallel flow heat exchanger, because logarithmic temperature difference LMTD, you write in short, LMTD is low. For parallel flow heat exchanger. Therefore, counter flow heat exchanger are preferred because LMTD is more, and this results in a smaller area, Therefore, counter flow heat exchanger is compact. Okay. Next. So any problem? Are you getting any doubt, any problem? Okay. Next write special cases. Next heading special cases. First, case 1 you write. Case 1. When heat capacities of both fluids when heat capacities of both fluids are same. When heat capacities of both fluids are same. What is the example of this? What is the example of where you are getting heat capacity of both fluids are same, hot and cold, both fluid is same. Where you are getting? We are getting that thing in gas turbine. In gas turbine, one regenerator we are using. I have taught na regeneration in gas turbine, Brayton cycle. In Brayton cycle, I have taught regeneration. So what is happening in the regeneration? Fluid is what? Hot gas was flowing from there, and same exit we have taken and we have put it in the again inlet. So what is the heat capacity? Heat capacity means what? Mass flow rate of the air, mass flow rate of the fluid into a specific heat. Heat capacity means what? Mass flow rate of the fluid into a specific heat of that fluid. So what is happening? Actually, if you see, that diagram was something like that, na? Sorry. First we were doing like that, then like that, then like that. So what is happening? From here we have done up to that. After that we have given. From here we have taken exit. Like that one heat exchanger was there. From inlet we have taken and we have given supply here. So whatever it's going from here, same air, same air. Heat capacity is what? Air specific heat is same and mass flow rate is also same. We are not changing. If you are confused, just little bit you go through your power plant notes. Okay, there I have taught. So write example. Regenerator of gas turbine. Regenerator of gas turbine. Regenerator of gas turbine. So in this case, what will happen? You see. So mass flow rate is hot equal to mass flow rate of cold is same. Heat capacity, a specific heat of cold, hot, a specific heat of this one is same. So what will happen? Mass flow rate of hot into CH equal to mass flow rate of cold into CC. This is the value. Now, what is happening? Heat lost by one fluid is going to gain by the other fluid if I am taking like that. If this I am taking as a counter flow heat exchanger. If I am taking as a counter flow heat exchanger, this is hot, this is cold. This is THI, THO, TCI, TCO. What we can write? Heat lost by the hot fluid is equal to heat gained by the cold fluid. So can we write mass flow rate? What is the heat transfer? MC del T. MC del T. Heat transfer by the hot fluid. How much? MC del T. Del T is what? Here del T means what? From where to where it is going? Because temperature difference, how much he has lost? How much heat he has lost from here to there? So how much? Mass flow rate of hot into CH, THI minus THO equal to heat gained by the cold fluid. From where to where? Initially that is the temperature, final that is the temperature. Mass flow rate of cold, CC, TCO minus TCI. So this is gone, this is gone. Now, what is LMTD? What is LMTD? Del Tm equal to del T1 minus del T2 by ln del T1 by del T2. What is del T1 and del T2? Del T1 equal to how much? THI minus TCO. What is del T2? THO minus TCI. Now see here. Can we write in this form? THO minus TCO. Wait. THI minus TCO equal to, take that side. What I am doing? THI minus TCO, take that side. So THO minus TCI. From this equation we will get this one or not? If you are getting this one equal to this one, means del T1 equal to del T2 or not? This value equal to this value. From there we are getting na. So del T1 in this case, del T1 equal to del T2, then del Tm equal to also same. So if the heat capacity of the both fluids are same, then what is the logarithmic temperature difference in the case of counter flow heat exchanger? whatever the temperature difference inlet and outlet will be there, that will be the del T1 or del T2, that will be the logarithmic temperature difference. Any problem? Because if they have given the question like that, if you have seen that heat capacity is same and they are asking what? They are asking LMTD. Maybe they have not given this temperature. They have given this and this only. Then we will see, sir, how we will find, sir? Sir, how we will find? Del T1 I know only. I don't know del T2. So in that case, you will apply your mind. If whatever the value of this one, whatever the value of this one, that will be the del Tm. That's all. But they have given this condition. So you should know. Any problem? Are you getting that question? Actually, I need not to ask because nobody is replying for that. Okay, next. So write note point. When heat capacities of both fluids are same, del T1 equal to del T2 equal to del Tm. Same thing you write. Next case. Next case 2. Phase change heat exchanger. That is very important. Phase change heat exchanger. Can anyone reply example of phase change heat exchanger? Please reply if you know. Please reply. If you don't know, please write N. But please involve. Can you give the name of phase change heat exchangers? Phase change heat exchanger. Heat power of refrigerator, boiler, condenser. Here power of where? Senthil. Okay. Actually, I don't know name. Somesh, why you are saying wait? So only Naveen has replied and one Vetri has replied. Very good. Jayanagar. Okay, now is okay. Now shall I start? Before rubbing. Okay. So we have seen. I am going to discuss phase change heat exchanger. So phase change heat exchanger are boiler, condenser, refrigerator, evaporator. All are what? Right? Example of heat exchanger. Phase change. Boiler, evaporator, condenser, refrigerator. All are what? Heat exchanger only. A refrigerator who has given? No, not refrigerator. Refrigerator components like condenser and evaporator are the heat exchanger. Refrigerator whole is a one device, man. They have confused me also. Vetri, don't make mistake like that. Refrigerator is a heat exchanger. Vetri, refrigerator is a heat exchanger. Yes, sir. And he's saying also yes, sir. Useless. It's not a heat exchanger. Refrigerator is a device. It's a which device? Which device? Open system or closed system? Refrigerator is a which device? Open system or closed system? A or B? Tell me. Closed system. Very good. Closed system. It's not a refrigerator. It's not a phase change heat exchanger. Component consisting in the refrigerator is a heat exchanger. What? Condenser and evaporator. Both are heat exchanger. Phase change heat exchanger. Boiler is a that one. Okay. Now see, refrigerator whole is a not a heat exchanger. Okay. Because you are exchanging heat from the use of what? Condenser and evaporator. But their component is what? Compressor also. Or expansion valve also. Can we say compressor is a heat exchanger? Can we say, if you are saying refrigerator hole is a what? Heat exchanger. So can we say a compressor is also a heat exchanger? Or heat expansion valve is also heat exchanger? Okay, think. Now, so if I want to make the diagram for parallel flow or counter flow for those type of heat exchanger, so what we can make? I am taking one example, and you people will tell this is representing what. Just you will tell which type of device is this: condenser, evaporator, boiler. Condenser, evaporator, boiler. This is what? THI, this is THO, this is TCI, TCO. Okay, I am making for same thing. I am drawing for counter flow. This is temperature axis. This is THI, this is THO, this is TCI, this is TCO. This is counter flow. Can anyone will tell which device I have made? This is boiler, evaporator or condenser. What is this? Can anyone tell? This is the diagram whatever I have made. This is for boiler, condenser or evaporator. Just think and tell me. Just you apply your mind. What is happening in the case of boiler, what is happening in the case of condenser, and what is happening in the case of evaporator? What is the work? Nobody? Condenser. Condenser. Okay. I don't know. Heat through latent heat. Heat through latent heat is happening in the boiler. If phase change heat exchanger came, my dear friend, heat will transfer through latent heat. Heat will through latent heat. Okay. In boiler also, in the condenser also, in evaporator also. Phase change means what? Latent heat. Okay. Why you are giving that region? This is not a region. Any other? Evaporator. One has given evaporator. Very good. Anyone can give boiler also. Then anyone can be right. Definitely 3 options I have given. If 3 options also all came, so definitely 1% we will definitely write. So one has given condenser. So what is happening in the condenser? What is happening in the condenser? Condenser, which temperature is constant? Just think. Higher temperature or lower temperature? You have made, now see, here I am making the diagram. This is Conda, this is EVA, this is Compa, this is Expa, that we have seen in the refrigerator. So now say, tell me, what is happening? Here this temperature is constant. This is which temperature? And this temperature, this is surrounding. This is what? Surrounding. So this temperature should be more than this one or less than this one? Definitely more than this one. Definitely more than this one. Otherwise heat transfer will not happen. That is the work of condenser only. You have to throw heat into the surrounding. So this temperature is higher temperature. What is the evaporator? Here is a what? Your food storage. Food storage. So from here he will pick up the heat. So which temperature is here constant? Lower temperature. Because if this temperature is not less than this one, what will happen? What will happen? Heat will not pick up by this one. How opposite heat will flow. Getting or not? So what will happen? This temperature, this is the lower temperature as compared to this one. So this is constant temperature which is going to decrease. This is actually higher temperature. If this is higher temperature, after some time you will find this temperature is decreasing, but this temperature will remain constant. So this device is representing what? Evaporator, not condenser. Getting? If I'll make this one, if I'll make this diagram like that, sorry, this is higher, so after that higher, this will be like that. So this is what? This is our condenser. Saturation temperature, this is what? This is our higher temperature, this is constant, phase change will happen there. So this is what is happening, from here to heat transfer will happen. This is what? Surrounding temperature. Getting? Actually in this case surrounding temperature will not change, but here our surrounding will be what? You nearby surrounding, if you will see, their temperature will definitely increase. Okay? Now, so this is the case of evaporator. Now what I am trying to prove here, if I have made inlet temperature high, outlet temperature, TCI, TCO, if I have made like that, this is parallel flow, this is counter flow. Will you able to distinguish, or is there any difference between this one and this one? Is there any difference is coming? If I have made like that or like that, is there any difference will come? No. There is no difference in the case of parallel and counter flow. Why? Because see, find this temperature. Why find the LMTD for this one and this one? Both will come same. From this one, apply the formula, you will get the same. You will get the same. Because why? See, what is del Tm? Del T1. Del T1 equal to how much? THI minus TCI. Del T2 equal to how much? THI minus THO minus TCO. For this case, THI minus TCO and TCI equal to TCO. This value TCI and TCO are both are same. Just interchange. Is there any difference? If this is 30, this is also 30. Or whatever the value. So what is there any difference is coming? No difference. So if in the phase change, in the case of phase change heat exchanger, it is immaterial for us. This is parallel flow heat exchanger or counter flow heat exchanger. Are you getting clear? Right then. And everyone should try for make the same diagram for condenser, for evaporator actually I made, then for boiler. Everybody has to make for boiler and condenser. Okay, right? Note point. In case of phase change heat exchanger, I will prove this, whatever I proved here now, I will prove from the effectiveness NTU method also, don't worry. In case of phase change heat exchanger, LMTD is same